and welcome back to Rollercoaster Tycoon 2. This is OpenRCT2, and this is a brand new series. It is Preikest. This is going to be my first ever collaboration, and I am going to be joined by Charjallz, and he's here with me today doing a joint commentary. So, welcome. So I don't know how to start this. So, yep.
It's very awkward.
Yeah.
But, thank you for having me.
So basically what we kind of got going here is kind of like a woodland Norwegian style theme park. We're gonna start off. Don't judge the name Preikest. It's a long story. I've already told Charjallz, but I'm gonna be doing the entranceway here. As you can see, there's a lot of brick work. There's a lot of woodwork going on here. And there's gonna be a lot of scenery and all this stuff. And you did ask me if we were gonna have any mountains. Yes, we will. I just did not implement any here because I kind of want to get this little base ring going.
Yeah. Got lots of detail going on in just those 3 tiles there.
Yeah.
I can see near the entrance. Jeez.
I mean, I usually go smaller on my entranceways, and you can see in my Mega Park too. I don't really spend that much time on entranceways. I kind of hide it up in a lot of foliage, so.
Yeah, that's good. And it very much looks like your Mega Park as well, with all the brown and stuff. Very nice.
I was thinking about, like, at one point I was thinking about doing like a mine theme park, but I realized, no, I use brown too much anyways in all of my builds, so kind of just go away from that.
Yeah, nothing wrong with brown. What else should we talk about? Oh, it's like now you're adding in some stuff afterwards, I see.
Yeah, and I do want to let you know, I tried using as few different types of materials building this as I could, just in case there's some other stuff that you wanted to add in to the scenery list.
Good plan.
Yeah, I kind of stuck with these few things. But there's also one thing I did definitely want to mention was Fluxtrance's Westwood. That's kind of, I looked at that a little bit before I opened this up, and that's why I'm using a lot of kind of the same stuff, like the brick railings and the black corrugated roofs and stuff. That's where that kind of inspiration came from. Also, I had a trip to Dollywood recently, and Dollywood has a lot of wood structures and a lot of scenic decorations, and so I kind of had a little bit of inspiration from that.
Okay, where is Dollywood?
It's in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Okay.
Because I actually haven't heard of that until like a few months ago.
Oh, really?
And I don't know, I brought it up in conversation with SimFox, and he was like, you never heard of that? I'm like, I guess not. But yeah, I did look into it a little bit.
Well, I'm sure.
And also, I love Fluxtrance's Westwood series as well. I think he only has like 3 or 4 episodes of that.
Yeah. So it's like,
he hasn't touched it in a year.
Which is sad because it was looking really good. And so.
Yeah. And I saw a live stream of one of Fluxtrance's, I think it was like Planet Coaster or something. And this wasn't that long ago. I think it was just a few months. And someone asked him if he was going to ever finish that series, and he says he does eventually want to get there at some point when it's like not busy or when he finishes other projects as well. So I'm hoping one day he'll suddenly get back to that.
And there was his new Cities Skyline series he started recently, Avalon. I actually commented, is he going to finish this one or not? Like, I don't think he will. I honestly don't.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. Yeah. Kind of said it as a joke.
Yeah, because what was it? His Icarus, Planet Coaster, Roller Coaster, and stuff.
Yeah. Did he stop with that too?
Yeah, he got like 7-8 episodes in and stopped. Yeah.
Interesting. All right, I like what you're doing here now. The water.
I don't have much experience with waterfalls, so there was a lot of playing around doing here, because you can see I was putting on the white water before I put down the water tiles. I don't know what I was doing.
I think it looks good. Yeah, I think there are tutorials out there. Actually, not that many on water specific, but I've only messed around with like no custom scenery like waterfalls, just the normal water and the normal waterfall tiles. But I haven't messed around too much with like the sloped water and those really little quarter tile water pieces. It just looks really good as is. You know, it adds a little bit of detail. You know, I sometimes do the river rapids thing. I bet you're familiar with that.
Oh yeah,
where you
for sure
do the rapids part and just kind of place that at the bottom of the waterfall to make the splash effect. But this works a lot better because it's like the quarter tile pieces, so you can have more room for detail.
And I'm not sure how many parts you're doing right now with custom scenery, because I don't think Gears and Gadgets is custom scenery, is it?
I'm trying to think. I think it's 100% no custom. I don't think there's any custom in there at all.
And same for Europe Park, right?
I think there's a little bit. I think I added it in afterwards. I did the dueling castle coaster, which the castle scenery is custom. And I think I actually added that in. So before that, it was all no custom.
Okay.
But and we didn't really have that much castle scenery selected, and a lot of architecture in Europe does have castle scenery. So I thought that was really important to have. So that's why I added that in. I think it was important.
And going back to like base, like vanilla stuff, like one thing that I've always done, and I've never moved past this, was getting like square like plots of layouts with my pathways. Like this was, oh man, I think this was probably my first this is probably one of the first ever times I started a park like this where I have like a more curved area. I'm gonna have to go back and work with it because the left side and the right side of this don't look that you know, don't look symmetrical. But yeah, I always do three wide pathways, 3 tile wide pathways that go on and then meet at a 90-degree angle. I want to try and get away from that whenever I start building some stuff here, because you can see at my mega park, the first time I got out of my my square rectangle, you know, that kind of style of pathway, it looked really weird because that's the only thing that you know, had looked completely different. And I just, by natural, I usually don't go out. I usually do the 90-degree angles and stuff like that with my pathways, but I think this time I'm gonna try and turn it around and try something different.
I mean, I think it looks good as is. I don't know what I usually do. I think 3 is a good number. You know, I think that's the most realistic. You don't want to go any wider than that, and you definitely don't want to just stick with 1.
Right.
2 could work at occasions, but I think 3 is the good number. Plus, you can do. I see you left space in the middle there. I don't know how to explain it, where you like took out the path in the middle, and I think you're going to be adding some plants or some sort of structure between there.
Yeah.
Like right. You see what I'm talking about, right? When it comes down
off the stairways
from the slope there. Yeah, you already did put trees and a fence there, some fences. So
yeah. In my areas, I'm not sure about you because you probably have a completely different mindset for this, but in my areas, I'm going to be doing a lot of hidden stuff hidden beyond the foliage and the trees and all that stuff. I'm going to like really hide the pathways and all that.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not sure where you're going to go with that, but
we'll see. I usually just, you know, click record and just start building randomly and see where it goes. I think I've mentioned that a few times in my episodes. Yeah, I usually have somewhat of a plan, but then after that, it's just like, let's see what my mouse does.
just a general idea, yeah. So, yeah, did you say you like doing a lot of terraforming though, don't you?
I do.
So this is good for you.
Oh, man. I've been messing around with the like the quarterland landscape pieces, the custom ones too. I've been trying to use more of that as well.
Yeah, I'm not big on it, but since I knew you're pretty good at landscaping and stuff, so I added it in. But then again, like I said, if you don't like using it, or if you don't like one piece, you can always change it. So,
okay.
So yeah,
we got a nice food court here as well.
Yeah, and one thing I also do a lot is like I get really anxious to build roller coasters because I really love building roller coasters.
Same.
And it's like, okay, I want a roller coaster really quick, but I gotta build a good infrastructure first, you know. And this is the first time in a while I've actually done that. So Well, not put a roller coaster in first episode. So.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, for me it's usually like four roller coasters in one episode, and I get carried away because I really like building roller coasters.
It's
it's
interesting. So I'm not sure how high we want to go with the mountains, because I did put in some snowy items, like trees and fences and stuff, just in case we go up that high. But I'm not sure if we will or not. It'll just depend on how we do this, because obviously we're going back and forth with each other on this. And
what was the size of the park?
Oh man, I cannot remember, but I'm not sure. I think it's below 100 by 100. I'm pretty sure, but
okay, because like it really depends on the size of the park. Like I haven't seen this park yet at all in person, so we'll see. We might have room for maybe just in a corner have some really big mountains just for the looks, you know. But yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely have some sort of mountains where we just don't know how big,
right,
or how many. But I do think we should have some snow parts and maybe put a few snowy trees and stuff. That'll definitely look good. Oh, I just saw it briefly. Go zoom out really fast there. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I always try not to do this, but like I sometimes like move my hand over my mouse or something to shake my hand, because I tense up a lot whenever I build, and so I move my hand off and it just like hits the zoom button, and it's like, oh god, go back, because I don't need this.
Yep.
I try to stay focused on the build, so yeah. Shoot.
This food court's looking really nice so far. You're putting a lot of detail into these buildings here.
Yeah, I was trying to get there. I mean, I always get like, I've never done this before with a collaboration, so I'm always thinking, okay, do your best, but don't overdo it, don't underdo it, and make sure you show progress along the way, because I mean, I know there's a lot of people that like previously known as Roy Attacks. He has a lot of detail in his work. It's
right.
And
spends 20 minutes on just a 5x5 grid. Like, just takes forever, but it looks so good at the end.
Yeah, and man, his mega park lags for me whenever I get into, whenever I initially load up the park, because I did download it, and it lags for me. There's so much stuff.
Yeah, you can tell it's a good park if it lags. You know, it just shows you how much detail is in the park.
And so yeah, I've always liked doing scenery and all this other stuff, but irregular shapes is not really my thing, because, you know, I kind of like having a little tiny pattern, and I just want to let you know right now as well, those pathways I did extend out, the cobblestone looking pathways, those are just ideas of where to put it. You don't have to follow those. Okay. So yeah, that's just,
I see a great spot for a roller coaster right there on the left. Maybe.
Who
knows?
Who knows?
Yeah. I do like to look at that path though. I think that's a good spot for it.
Yeah, I'll probably tweak it a little bit before I send it to you. Like that one pathway that looks really diagonal, and the other one looks a little bit more curved. I'll probably make it a little more curved on the left side.
Okay. And I could definitely see some room for more like flat rides just on the other side of these food courts as well.
Yeah, I didn't want to do too much because I wanted to let you do it, and since it is a smaller park and we're probably not going to have more than 25 episodes in it.
Yeah, for sure.
So don't want to do too much. So.
I like how, by the way, that each building is different. You know, like if I were to have done this, I probably would have made the left building the same as the right building. But it's good that you're kind of keeping the same style, but just doing something just slightly different, so it makes it more appealing that way. Just wanted to put that out there.
It's fun. I mean, it's also more fun to do it differently, because if you do stuff the same way, you're just gonna be like, okay, come on, let's just get this over with. This one I wasn't. So
how many minutes we got left? We only have 1 minute.
Oh dang.
I know, it goes by fast. When I did this with Anxious J on his episodes.
Oh yeah.
And for seasons, it just goes by and like so fast. It's what is it? 15 minutes? Yeah, felt like 5.
Well, we'll probably do more of these Charjallz said he kind of wanted. I think he mentioned he wanted to. But I'll go back and I'll go add some more benches and some other stuff on my side, and I'll kind of add some more handyman and stuff like that. I'll just tweak it a little bit before I send it to you. So this is just the big idea of it. Thank you everyone for watching the first episode of the Preikest amusement park. Thank you Charjallz for accepting to do this collaboration. I've been really wanting to do one. And any last words in this final 7 seconds?
Thanks for having me.